morning, everybody. Look where we're at today. Don't you miss this room? I do too. Just a reminder for this morning's class, I will be doing a half-hour segment for today. So ending the class at 7:30. We are hosting a blood drive here at the Milwaukee location of Venture Rock, and I'm going to be volunteering. So I need to help, set up for everything. So today we're just going to do a 30-minute flexibility workout today. And so what you will need, preferably, would be 2 blocks, blanket, and a strap. Make it easy for us today. And if you wanted to donate blood today, if you didn't get a chance to sign up, Adventure Rock did provide a link on its social media and on the website so that you are able to sign up. It's from 9 to I believe it's 9 to 2. So, go ahead and go online at Adventure Rock to see if you are still eligible to sign up. I'm not quite sure. Okay. So the 2 blocks, it's okay if you have one, a strap and a blanket. I'm gonna go ahead, since I'm the only one here, I'm just gonna double check that the front door is locked, and I'll be right back. Okay. Nice. So for here as we get everything set up, let me go ahead and try to maybe scoot it up more this way. Yeah, that works. As we get everything set up, you are more than welcome to invite the blanket right away into your practice, possibly just breaking it at the normal folding width onto its side, having the blocks prepared to the front of the mat here. Okay. Nice. As well as making sure that we keep the strap. Let's keep it onto the right side of our mat here today. And so with this 30-minute yoga session today, we're just mainly going to be focusing on opening up the spine and kind of making our way towards a camel pose today. And so if we aren't familiar with what camel pose looks like, we've done it plenty of times in our class. I'm just looking for us to open up more since a lot of us have a sedentary. And so for our camel pose is going to be a back bend. Opens up our back, our chest. It also helps us rotate our shoulders back, de-rounding our shoulders. And so we're just going to be working towards that as our peak pose in this small session today. So you can actually start onto your hands and knees. And in our grounding pose today, we're going to start in a extended puppy pose. So if I'm not going to be providing music for the morning class here, however, if you have your music at home, you're more than welcome to be your own DJ. Just need to have my listening ears in case people come on walking in. Cool. So with your extended puppy pose, you're going to have your hips up into the air, coming into all fours, and bringing your arms towards the front of the mat, possibly navigating your stomach towards your thighs while keeping your tailbone up in the air. If we're here, we can go ahead and start to find your breath. So on every inhale, we're going to find more length into our spine. And every exhale, possibly getting deeper into our pose here, whether it's mentally or physically. And since the blocks are at the front of the mat, you are more than welcome, if you're looking for more of an opening into your shoulders, to incorporate that by placing either your forearms, elbows, hands onto the blocks. Good. If we want to have this excited nature of creating a hip hinge and a spinal opening, as we also open up through the shoulders here. We do want to lead our chest towards the ground. We don't want it to be completely forceful where it puts stress in between your shoulder blades, but enough as an intention to guide our body into a deeper state as we stay here in this asana for a couple more breaths. Two more breaths. And the next breath, if you're on the blocks, just go ahead and bring it to the front of the mat. Inhale, coming onto all fours. Curl the toes, tucking them, and exhale to child's pose, making it more energetic for your ankles here today. Good. Possibly pressing your hands into the mat to bring your tailbone closer to the ground. Let's try stretching out through the spine. And from here, you're more than welcome to set an intention for your practice, whatever got you onto this mat here today, or whatever you would like to see for the rest of your day today. Two more breaths. And then on the next inhale, we're going to stretch our hands nice and long to the mat. Press the palms into the mat And we're going to inhale, round through the shoulders, engage the core, and come into supportive plank. Good. So go ahead again, adjust your hands accordingly. We want them underneath our shoulders. We want to have that straight spine here, possibly knees together in your supportive plank. Engage the core. On the next breath, we're going to inhale around through the shoulders, cat spine. Exhale into your child's pose. Inhale around through the shoulders, coming into what looks like a cat spine. Coming into your supportive plank. Around through the shoulders, coming into your child's pose. And go ahead and continue alternating through these poses here to open up through the spine and possibly coming a little deeper into a upward facing dog as you navigate your supported planks here. Looking for that spinal elongation and just warming up your body here. Do about 3 more rounds. Your own breath, your own pace. And then once you have reached your last round, after you're done with your back opening, you can go ahead, come into all fours, keep the top of your feet now onto the mat, and then inhale, press your feet into the mat, and bring your knees a few inches off the ground, finding that core engagement here, pressing your hands into the mat, filling the space in between your shoulder blades. 3 more breaths, you got this. Good, then curl the toes and hike your hips all the way up into your first downward facing dog. And go ahead and find some organic movement here, whether it be pedaling out through each foot to release your hamstrings, maybe some hip sways to work with the hamstrings, but also working with the side body. Opening up through the rib cage, through the armpits, through the lower spine. Good. A little sun salutations here. Let's bend the knees generously. Bring your eye gaze forward, hop, step, or walk to the front of the mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Bend the knees generously, and go ahead and clasp your elbows together. Good. We're looking for more of a hinge this morning into our spine. So having those bent knees guiding your stomach towards the thighs, we can possibly feel a lot of sensation underneath our glutes, right behind our thighs here. 2 more breaths. Good. Find that inhale, halfway lift, top spine. Exhale, forward fold, bending the knees, palms face up, strong, high mountain. Inhale into a back bend. Good, then palms together, so on the seat. Inhale, rise, arms up, back bend once more. And then hip hinge, swan dive to the mat. Go ahead, hop your feet back into your plank. Shift forward and chaturanga all the way to the mat. And as we inhale, come into cobra, lifting up through the chest to guide. Good. Exhale, release. Curl the toes. Inhale, rise in your chaturanga, downward facing dog. Pedal up the feet. 1 ankle at a time. Guiding your stomach towards your thighs and hiking the hips up. Pressing your hands into the mat. Chest towards your knees. Good. Bend the knees generously, eye gaze forward, hop, step, walk to the front of the mat, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, find that half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, inhale, high mountain all the way up towards the ceiling, and coming with the back bend. Then palms together, exhale, release. 1 more time, and guide the hands up into a back bend, arms lifted. And then exhale, release, hip hinge, swan dive. Once more, coming into your plank. Shift forward into your chaturanga all the way to the mat as we come into a cobra position. Good. Exhale, release. Curling the toes, inhale, chaturanga, downward facing dog. Good job. Inhale, shift forward into plank, bend the knees down on all fours. Kickstand the left toes to the left side, straightening your right leg. Good. Coming onto our side here, like we're preparing for Ardha Chakrasana variation. Flat right foot, inhale, bring the right arm towards the ceiling. And as we have it towards the ceiling, let's navigate pendulum swinging our right arm towards the front of the mat. Rooting from your right pinky toe all the way to your right pinky hand, eye gaze up. 2 more breaths. And then exhale, release. Switch the feet, extend the right leg, extend the left leg. Left arm rises towards the ceiling for a breath. And then pendulum swing for 3 breaths. Left arm towards the front of the room, open up through the chest, eye gaze up towards the hand. Flat left foot. Wonderful. Then go ahead and release. We're going to go back to the other side. So extend the left leg again. Straighten out through the right. And then as we inhale, rise with the right arm towards the ceiling here. We're going to go ahead, flex to the right foot, come into the half moon variation for 3 breaths. And so lifting up through the right leg. And then we're going to bend the right knee, grab onto the right foot. And inhale, press the right foot into the left. The right hand into the right foot. Go ahead for a total of 5 breaths this time. So we're opening up through our quads here, getting a good quad stretch, engaging the glutes, keeping us balanced, and pressing your left arm into the mat, lifting up through the chest. Good. And after your 5 breaths, you're going to go ahead, come to half moon variation, and then place the right hand down, right leg down, and come to the opposite side. So kickstand the right leg out, straighten the left. Inhale, rise towards the ceiling. Good. On the next breath, Ardha Chakrasana variation, flex the left foot and lift up to the hip. Straighten the left leg. 3 breaths here. And then bending the left foot, grabbing on into the left foot with your left hand. Inhale, press the left foot into your left hand. 5 breaths. Wonderful. Straighten out through the left leg, left arm, and then very gently come back onto all fours. 3 sets of cat-cows here. Align the hips. Inhale, chest up, tailbone up with the cow. And then shoulders up. Rotate into your cat position. 2 more times. Your own breath, your own pace. And after those 3 breaths, you go ahead, curl through the toes, and hike all the way up into your downward facing dog. As you're here in downward dog, root through the left ankle, and inhale, rise, 3-legged dog, right leg. As we have our foot up towards the ceiling, we're going to go ahead and bend through the right knee and open up our hip crease to the right side of the room. So rooting through the left foot, guiding your chest downwards as you're bringing your right knee up towards the ceiling.
5 breaths here. Each inhale, see if you can open up the space between your knees and bring in your chest more down towards the ground. Square through the hips. Inhale, knee to right elbow. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, bend the knee to left elbow twist. Good. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, bend the knee in towards your nose, arch your back. Good. Three-legged dog. Inhale, bend the knee and bring the foot all the way forward here. And so at this time, you can grab onto your blocks here and pressing your hands into the blocks. Keeping the left knee lifted and lifting up through the chest, coming into running lunge. So just trying to find a little balance here, squaring the hips, pressing the blocks in and leading your chest forward. And from here, drop the left knee and the top of the left foot. And just double check in and make sure that the strap is onto the right side. So coming into your Anjaneyasana, go ahead and square the hips. Press the palms together and forward and create the Kali Mudra, the little gun figure here. Square the hips, engage the core, and inhale, rise. Guide the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Biceps to one side of your face. Lifting up through the chest. Again, the tailbone tuck. Drag the left foot forward so we can extend more into the spine and not dip into our hip. 3 more breaths for a total of 5. Good. Keep your Anjaneyasana, but bring your palms behind your sacrum here. Good. Rotate your shoulders back, straighten up through the arms. Inhale, lift up through the chest. Good. And then as we exhale, release. Inhale, arms up towards the ceiling, palms together. Exhale to the heart center. Spinal twist. Inhale, guide the left elbow to the right thigh. Press the palms together and lift. 3 breaths. Good. Inhale, come to the center. Hands on the blocks, half splits for 3 breaths. Toes pointed forward or towards the ceiling, squaring through the hips. Shift forward, Anjaneyasana. Bring the blocks in front of the mat. Curl the left toes, bend the right knee, and inhale, open up the right knee once more to the ceiling, and then straighten out the leg. And then square the hips. Inhale, keep the right leg lifted and shift forward into your plank. Come into your chaturanga. Bring the foot down, inhale to cobra. Chest is lifted. Exhale, release. Curling the toes, inhale, chaturanga, downward facing dog. Catch your breath, rotate the ankles, pedal out the feet. And then root through the right ankle, and inhale, rise, left leg, 3-legged dog. We're gonna bend the knee, and then open up our hip crease for 5 breaths, dropping the chest towards the ground. Creating that hip hinge, the hips are high up into the sky. Find that squaring through the hips. And then inhale, bring left knee to left elbow. Exhale, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, inhale to the right elbow, spinal twist. Exhale, 3-legged dog. Inhale, bend the knee to nose, round to the spine. Exhale, 3-legged dog. Inhale, bend the knee and bring it forward into that running lunge. From
grabbing the blocks here, finding the flat palms for 3 reps. Stretch out the tailbone towards the ground, chest towards the front of the room. And then drop the right knee, top of the right foot, palms together here, and then inhale, rise into your Anjaneyasana. Arms towards the ceiling, 3 reps. Drag the right foot towards the front of the mat. And then bring the palms to the heart center. Inhale, lift your chest and twist over towards the left side. Eye gaze with the left elbow, lift up through the chest. 3 breaths. So inhale, come back into your Anjaneyasana prep, or bring your hands behind your sacrum, rotate your shoulders back, and inhale, guide your chest up towards the ceiling, coming deeper to your hip hinge. 3 breaths. Good. And then exhale, release. Bringing your hands forward, coming into half splits, left leg straighten. Toes forward or up towards the ceiling. Come back into your Anjaneyasana prep. Now we're going to go ahead, lift up through the right knee, send the left leg, bring the blocks forward, I should say, and bring the left foot back all the way up towards the ceiling, and bend the knee, opening the hip crease once more. Then as you open up the hip crease, straighten out to the left leg, stretching out the lower side body. Good. And then square your hips, keep your legs straight. Inhale, shift forward, strong, come into plank, chaturanga, and then inhale into your cobra. Exhale, release. Curl the toes, and inhale, come up on all fours. Nice, and then child's pose for 3 breaths. And then coming up onto all fours here, grabbing the block. And I realize that we're not going to be needing our strap anyways, since it's getting close to that time. But make sure that you have your blanket nearby and that you have your blocks here to help prep yourself coming into Camel Pose. So with the blanket, you go ahead and place it underneath your shins because it'll be more comfortable. And you can either keep your toes, either flat feet onto the ground or curling the toes. If you curl, you get additional height with the ankle. That's just like one of the big differences and can help with some stability. Either way, you're going to get the same benefit. I personally like having my feet flipped. It's your choice of what you like. But we're going to have our blocks at the highest setting in case that we need the blocks for assistance. And from here, we're going to take our hands. I'm going to show you 2 different ways to get into Camel Pose today. Here's the first one. We're going to take our hands and place them on the palms onto our lower spine, hands onto the glutes here. Rotate the shoulders back. And as we keep our hips forward here, we're going to inhale, lift through the chest, and guiding our hands, pushing our glutes forward to create that back bend, continuously finding a lift into the chest. Very gently finding your blocks. Alongside your ankles, pressing your hands into your blocks, and you can stay here today. Or if you wanted to navigate more into your back bend, one at a time, releasing your hands smoothly off the blocks, grabbing onto your ankles, bringing your chest up and your hips forward here. Almost as if there's a straight line between your hips and your knees. 3 more breaths. And engage through the core. Press your hands onto your lower spine. Inhale. Come out of your camel pose. And just gently sit your tailbone back, but don't bend your spine. That was one version of our camel pose today. Go ahead and side bodies. Try to get you stretched out from side to side. And then here's the second method that can work for those who have a tight lower spine or possibly have some knee pain. And so this one may be an easier load for us to get into. So instead of a back loading into your spine's back bend, what we're going to do is lift up through the spine so we can have a back bend. So as your ankles are lifted here, or possibly not, whatever works the best for you. Okay. I prefer the ankles lifted in this one. You grab onto your ankles and rotate your shoulders back. And how to get to this camel pose is this time, we're going to engage through the core, and inhale, we're going to send the hips forward and up, as well as with our chest, to create this back bend. And you will notice that it may be easier to get into since we're not back bending. And for some of us, this could also be a challenge if we possibly have some knee pain or tight quads. And that's what the blanket support is for. So either way, you've got two options to find this back bend. As we slowly release, just sending the hips back. Good. Snap, crackle, pop into the knees. Send the tailbone down with a straight spine. And then kneel to the position for a couple breaths. And then we're going to go ahead, walk our hands forward here, forearms onto the ground into a forearm tabletop. And then we're going to send the hips back into child's pose. Whenever you go through an extreme back bend, you want to take your time to come into a counter pose. So if you do a back bend, you don't want to completely round your spine and come into a forward fold because that could put stress into the low spine. So always take your time to neutralize the spine first and then come into a counter pose. If you go ahead, bring our hips to the ground. I'm going to bring a couple more minutes with us today, add a few more. But navigate yourself onto your spine here, hugging your knees into your chest very gently, rocking side by side. And to keep us alert for the rest of our day, since we spent this half hour with each other, what I encourage you to do is come here into a happy baby pose, grabbing onto the outer edges of your feet, opening up your knees and bringing it down into your armpits. And you can find some rocking here to massage your spine through that back bend. And from here, you can also explore different asanas. So maybe even straightening out your legs like you would in staff pose, or maybe coming into a wide-legged baby pose, legs straight. You can even explore hands onto the mat here, come up into a shoulder stand, bringing your hands underneath your spine, tailbone in, toes up towards the ceiling, maybe even coming all the way back into a plow pose. Good. Whatever it is that you would like here. You're more than welcome to give yourself a corpse pose, a shavasana here. If you would like to take a little bit of a rest before starting your day, or for some of us that would like to move on into the rest of our day, we can navigate our way into a gentle seated position. And just meeting our hands into the heart center, whether you are on your spine or joining me into this easy pose. And you go ahead and kind of take a bow and give yourself some gratitude for making it to today's class, whether it be for a short time or for the whole duration. It is always a good thing that we take care of ourselves in the moment. We always have the time to take care and reflect on ourselves. And I wish you all peace and health throughout the rest of your day. And namaste. Thanks everybody for taking the time to come to this class today. And apologies that it had to come a little bit short, but it's for a good cause. Hopefully I get to see all of you here at the gym donating some blood. And if you have time today, I would check out the website and see if there's spots available to come and help on out. I'll see you later, everybody. Thanks so much.